close my eyes.
Nah, this ain't happening. Piss off. No, this ain't happening. So apparently there's rumours going around tonight. Big up, guys. Hope you're all doing well. So there's big rumours going around tonight. Apparently Liverpool have lodged a £100 million, submitted a £100 million bid to Borussia Dortmund for the services of Jude Bellingham. This comes from according to a British agent called Hayden Dodge, who claims it is known within the football industry that the Reds have taken their interest of the English midfield to a whole new level in a form of a £100 million bid, or close to. Bellingham, 19, is now on to become one of the world's most expensive players, having joined Dortmund from Birmingham City in 2020. The talented teenager, once he inevitably believes Borussia Dortmund is set to turn an eye-watering profit for the black and yellow. Although Dortmund are rumoured to want to keep the 19-year-old beyond this season, he is understood to be wanted by just about every big team in Europe, and there is perhaps no other club that needs him more than Liverpool. I don't know what I think about this ball crap, to be fair. With an aging midfield, Jurgen Klopp's woes in the centre of the pitch have become particularly evident that this campaign, and Dodge claims that FSG-owned club have put their money where their mouth is. It is known that a bid from Liverpool just shy of £100 million has been submitted for Jude Bellingham ahead of this summer's transfer window, Dodge said in an exclusive interview. A revamp in the middle of the park is exactly what Liverpool, their fans and Jurgen Klopp need, so it is not surprising to see them going all out for Bellingham. Yeah, all right, yeah, of course. It smells like bull crap. Oh, I don't believe a word of it. I don't know about anyone else. Does anyone else believe a word of it? I don't know about it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't. Look, I'm not really heard of the agent. I very much doubt it. This news came out to this evening. Hey, I don't think it came out too long back. Caught offside had got it as well. So, I think that tells you everything you need to know. Caught offside have got this article. No, I don't believe it. I love Jude, obviously. I want him at the football club if we can get him. But look, if we have submitted a deal for him, big up. I mean, let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know in the chat if you think this is true. I mean, this is coming from an agent. This is coming from a British football agent who obviously deals with this sort of stuff on the daily. A lot of agents hear a lot of things that are happening in the world of football. So he might have heard something. He might have heard that there might be a bit of rumblings going around that there's a formal bid coming. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people saying it's ball. A lot of people saying it could happen. A lot of people saying yeah. I'm with Darren though. I think we're going to hear this. Big up Daz in the chat. Hope you're doing well, my man. I'm agreeing with Darren though. I believe we're going to hear a new different thing every single day or every single week till something just comes on. But man, it would be nice. It would be nice if Liverpool just did it. Tell you what though, if Liverpool did do this deal and they just went, here you go, here's the 100 million, and this is true, wow, it'd shut up a lot of people. I know that it'd shut up a lot of people, but yeah, who knows? Who knows, guys? But yeah, welcoming. Thank you very much for joining me. Sorry that I was a little bit late. YouTube for some reason completely shut down. Don't know what that was about, but it's back up now. A few other people were having troubles as well, and that's why I think a lot of people were going on at 6 o'clock, but they had to change it up as well due to the YouTube messing everyone around. But big up to everybody. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Guys, don't forget there's 44 people in here right now. Go and smash that like button right underneath the video. Go and give the video a big like. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Big up to everyone in here. Remember, if you subscribe, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. What are you waiting for? Subscribe. Let's subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 4K. I want to try and hit that 4K target as soon as I can. So, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. If you have already subscribed, share the video out with your friends. Tell them where they come. Tell them what to do. Yeah, big up to all you guys in the chat. There's one thing I just want to do. I want to shout out all the members. So I want to shout out all the members to the channel as well. So Michael Talk Football, Edward, Honesty, John Conway, Eddie, Singing the Cop, Gary, Colin, Dugout Football Channel, Jen LFC, Redbird, Time, Mizzy, Michael Awesome, Nerabeat, Savarian, Sabiri, Stevie G, Jamrock, Captain Sal, Stephen Owens, David, and Andrew Kerr. Thank you very much for being members to the channel. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And after all that, guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the so what I put in the thumbnail. I know it's someone's DM'd me already. You know what it's like with YouTube and Twitter. You know, it can be a lovely place to be. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes someone sees your thumbnail before you even open your mouth and go, "Why do you want to get rid of Trent and Salah? These two." It's like, whoa, question mark. Did you see the question mark? You know what I mean? It's a question. Right, we're going to talk about it. Big up Jim in the super chat. Jamie will bid for Jude and Taylor. Big up Jude. Big up Jim in the super chat. Evening, Captain Sal. Hope you're doing well, mate. Kay in the house. How you doing? Panoff in the house. LD's in the house. How you doing, my friend? Oh, it's Tyler Morton. It's a joke between me and Jen. Don't worry about it. Eve's in the house. The team needs identity and a clear style of play. We were once a high energy, fast attacking, counter pressing team. Now I don't know what I'm watching when we play, for F's sake. Yeah, I'm with you, Eves. I'm with you. Right, let's talk about it. So, Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm looking at these two in particular. And the reason I'm looking at these two in particular because they've had an iffy season, an iffy 12 months with Mo. Let's get to Trent first. Let's talk about Trent first. So when Trent first broke into the Liverpool team, we know he was in the under-21s. He was in the academy. Apparently, Jurgen Klopp and his team liked what they saw in Trent Alexander-Arnold. They wanted to get him into the first team squad when he was old enough. But the problem was his position for the youth team was the midfield. He was a midfielder. Jurgen Klopp and his team wanted him to be a right back. They saw something in here, what he can do on the ball, and worked out that him as an attacking right back could be fantastic for this team. So they asked the youth team to get Trent Alexander-Arnold, training him up as a right back. Let's get him in the right back position, train him up as a right back to get into this Liverpool first team. There was a path for Trent to go from academy to the first team and become a star. There was a clear path for him. Obviously, Liverpool had Nathaniel Klein at the time. Nathaniel Klein was our right back. And then we needed Nathaniel Klein got injured. So what did we need? We looked into our youth team. There's Trent Alexander-Arnold. We plucked him out of the youth team and made him our number one right back. And he's never looked back. He has been there since day dot. No one's ever come in and taken his spot. It's always been Trent since he was 19 years of age. Now, did Trent come into the first team a bit too early? Maybe. You know, they were trying to train him up as a right back, learn the right back role defensively. But the reason Klopp and his team wanted him to play right back because they saw his attributes from an attacking point of view that could help in a full-back area in the way that we wanted to play, mapping out how we're going to play in future under Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders. You know, they mapped out a way we were going to play, how we're going to sort it, and we're going to use these attacking fullbacks. So Trent came into the Liverpool team at 19. It was a bit of a, you know, we saw ability on the ball straight away as soon as Trent got hold of the ball and started spraying passes about, and he wasn't worried about running down that wing and getting crosses in and didn't mind stepping into midfield. We saw all that, but then we also saw his defensive, his defensive issues, especially being a young lad. So, as fans, we're like, all right, he's a young boy. Let's not worry about it so much. He's got time on his hands to get better defensively, but what he's doing attacking, my word, it's something out of this world. Absolutely amazing. And then as the years go on, Trent's always had a bit of a defensive issue at right back. There's no doubt about it. He's always had a defensive issue at right back. The last 12 months, I'll say, there's been glaring issues with Trent at right back. Not just for club, but for country as well. Gareth Southgate, I think there was a friendly, was it last year, that Gareth Southgate actually played Trent in midfield in the game. He gave him a go in midfield. Carl Walker, Reece James and Trippier are all in front of Trent as a right back for England. Why, you ask that question? Yes, Trent is the best right back in Britain going forward. There's no doubt about that. By the way, Reece James is a tremendous right back, but he isn't as good as Trent going forward. Nowhere near. Trent is a better passer on the ball than most of the players actually in the England team, let alone being right back. So why doesn't Trent play more? Why shouldn't this generational talent, as we see it, play more at right back for England? Why? What's happening now? Well, look at the last 12 months of Liverpool. Defensive attributes are not great. His defending is better than people give him credit for. I'm not going to say he's a terrible defender because he's not. He can defend when he wants to. But as a part of Trent's game, that's very lazy, in my opinion. There's a lot in Trent's game that is very lazy. He switches off a heck of a lot in games. Trent can defend. I've seen it myself. We've all seen it. Trent can defend. Trent can defend his back post. Trent can defend one-on-one. But there's a lot of times, especially in the last 12 months, that his game looks lazy at times. I've done many reviews on matches and looked at games and done watch-alongs, and we're seeing Trent defend. It's mind-boggling because we know he can do better. And it's just like he loses space, he loses his awareness. And some of it, in my opinion, is lazy with Trent. I think Trent has got too comfortable. He's got too comfortable. Far too comfortable in his position. And why has he got too comfortable? There is zero competition for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And this is where I come to with Trent and Salah. So with Trent first. Trent needs competition. Trent has been in this Liverpool team since he was 19 years of age. He has won everything there is to win. Right? He's won everything there is to win. It's very easy for that to go to your head when you're such a young man. Very easy. Maybe it has gone to his head a little bit. Maybe his demeanour has changed. You look at the way he plays now. He don't smile as much. I know people might think that's a bit silly thing to say, but I don't think it is. He doesn't smile nearly enough on the pitch now. He never looks happy. He always looks a bit down and depressed for me when he plays. Now, this might be because the whole world gets on him. Every time Liverpool concede a goal, everyone just goes on Twitter, on their YouTube channels, on Facebook, and whatever it is, and just go, oh, that's Trent's fault again. Even when it's not even on Trent's side of the pitch. It could be on the other side of the pitch, and Trent's got nothing to do with it, and Trent will still get blamed. So that could be the case as well. But this is where I look at Trent himself as a man and go, right, you've got to grow up a little bit. For me, I think Trent's got to grow up a little bit. He's got to mature a little bit as well. But he needs competition as well. He badly needs competition for his right back spot. When you've been playing right back this whole time with zero competition, yeah, you got no competition, but then you've won everything. You've won everything. It will go to your head. I don't care what anyone says. And when you have a down game, when you have a bad game, you're not looking over your shoulder in training. Trent's not looking over his shoulder at training and go, well, there's another right back there doing bits. I have to, he's looking over his shoulder at training and seeing James Milner as his apparent replacement at right back. They ain't go force Klopp's hand, is it? Do I think Klopp knows that Trent's not at his best right now? Probably. I don't think Jurgen's a stupid man. I think he looks at it and thinks, he knows that Trent is nowhere near his best. There's definitely issues there. The opposition, whoever we play, it don't matter who Liverpool play. Liverpool could play Northampton Town next week, and Northampton Town's manager will say to his team, "Get about Trent. Yeah, get about Trent. If you've ever got a chance in this game, try and get around Trent. Cause a problem." Even the manager of Northampton Town would say that, let alone the big teams in the Premier League. So we have an issue in this part of the pitch. We have a massive issue. Now, this is where we need competition badly. We need a proper right back. I know we got Ramsey in, but Ramsey is an 18-year-old kid that has just moved from Liverpool from Aberdeen in the Scottish League, right? Does anyone here actually believe that Trent sees Ramsey as competition? Put a yes or no in the chat right now. Does anyone actually believe that Trent sees Ramsey as competition for right back? Because I don't. He's an 18-year-old kid that came from Aberdeen in the Scottish League. I don't think Trent sees him as competition. And now he's out injured anyway, so it ain't going to matter. Trent is a fine player, man. He's a quality player. He needs competition. I don't care who you are. Unless you're someone like Ronaldo. Ronaldo needed competition a bit. Messi. I mean, who's going to come in and take Messi? I mean, there's players out there maybe don't need the competition, but for me, Trent does. I think we need a good right back. You don't have to be a quality right back. It just has to be a decent right back where Trent's like, hang on. You just need a right back to come in. It goes that Trent looks at and goes, oh, hang on. Oh, okay, this is competition. Yeah. So I've highlighted Max Aarons. I'll put him on the thumbnail. I've highlighted Max Aarons. Now people will say, "Oh, Max Aarons ain't nowhere near the quality we need." I think Max Aarons is a decent fullback. Yeah, I think Max Aarons is a decent fullback that's got a big future ahead of him if he leaves Norwich. Right. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm not saying he's going to be first choice. For me, Trent is our first choice right back. But I just want someone to come in and just go, Trent knows, oh, right, I'm going to have to play better now. I'm going to have to start training a little bit better. I'm going to have to pick up my performances on the pitch. I'm going to have to watch myself now because, I've actually got a right back who's come into the club now that very much well could take my place. And with that instance, I think Trent will improve his game. I'll get a bit more in a minute. Let me just read out some of the chats. Yeah, you guys are all saying no. 12th man says also in the system we should have cover to press forward and contribute offensively. Win cover is suspect. It amplifies attention, but he's on his defensive. Yeah, I agree. I think you're right, Jay. Trent is overconfident now due to a lack of competition. Exactly. Pong's a good one. Pong's a good one. Trent looks at Ramsey and says, "Who's this?" Jesus Christ. Um, Klopp will not drop Trent. Ramsey, another hologram. Big up, John in the house. How you doing, mate? Big up, JJ. Hello, Jay, mate. Big fan. Sorry. Hello, Jamie, mate. Big up and hi, folks. Jamie, mate. It's going to be a massive summer transfer window, good or bad. We all know how FSG sees it. Big up, JJ in the house. He needs a new he needs a new trim. John says we need to bring a right back who can start ahead of Trent. I'm tired of meaty backups. I think Max Aarons is a good player, man. I think I think I think Max Aarons is decent. I think Max Aarons has got quite a high ceiling. I think Max Aarons has got quite a high ceiling. I like Max Aarons. I think a lot of people are saying Carl Walker Peters as well. I think these sort of players, the Carl Walker Peters, the Max Aarons, these kind of right backs coming into Liverpool will give Trent the boot up the backside that he desperately needs. Now, we can sit here every single week and go, right, Trent's at fault of this again. He shouldn't play. We've done many times when we've looked at the game next and we did match predictions and everyone's like, well, Trent should rest this game because he was absolutely shocking the week before. But he plays again. And the reason he plays again is because there's no one else that can play there right now. And also, I think another thing is Jurgen Klopp is very aware. I think Jurgen Klopp is very, very aware of Trent's deficiencies. I don't think he's stupid. I think he knows what Trent's deficiencies are, right? And that's why. But I think he's very aware at the same time that going forward and creating, there is hardly anyone like Trent around, in that position. So you're sort of stuck in a way. You're sort of stuck in a way. You got Trent, who's extremely good in that position, going forward, and being creative. There's no doubt about that. I think we all agree with that. But then he's got defensive issues as well, deficiencies in his game. So to get a player like that, similar to Trent in the way to come in. So if Trent comes out the team, you've got a player there who's quite similar to Trent going forward and stuff like that. So maybe you might be looking at a Lamptey, maybe. But I don't think Lamptey's that creative. I just think Lamptey's quick. I don't think Lamptey's that great to be perfect. I don't get the fuss over Lamptey. I never have done. I don't get it. He's just quick. I'm not. I don't get the Lamptey stuff. Plus, he's always injured. Carl Walker Peters, I think, is a better footballer than Lamptey is. People might say no to that, but because he plays for Southampton, but I actually think Carl Walker Peters is a better footballer than Lamptey is. So getting someone to beat another Trent is not. Getting someone who's another Trent is going to be very difficult. So what the club need to do is get someone that's not like Trent, maybe. Get a right back that's not like Trent. Get a right back that is more maybe defensive minded than they are attacking minded. Just so it gives Trent a kick up the old backside we need. I know a lot of people say Trent going to midfield. I don't think Trent would work in midfield. The reason I don't think Trent would work in midfield is because everyone talks about his defensive decision make, his defensive problems he has, his lack of awareness at times defending. Well, that'll be highlighted more in midfield. Trent's not used to playing with players coming from behind, the sides, and in front. When Trent plays at right back, he's got the whole game in front of him. You stick him in the middle of midfield, he's got players all around him. It's a totally different world. Yes, he's got the ability to play midfield with the ball at his feet, no doubt about it. But I think his defensive game will look even more suspect if you play him in the central midfield. Now, could you play him at wing back? I've always been saying this for the longest time. I think Trent's a wing back, personally. I actually think Trent's better at wing back. I think if you play three at the back and you bring Trent as a wing back, I think you get the best out of Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he's not the only one, by the way. Look at Reece James. I've been saying this for a while. When Reece James plays in a back four, I don't think Reece James is anywhere near as good as when he plays as wing back in a back three. When he's part of a back five, Reece James, playing that wing back position, I think Reece James is a far better player. When you play Reece James in a back four, Reece James don't look like the same player because his attributes in his game is about getting forward. Again, with Reece James, I think Reece James has a lot of defensive deficiencies in his game. I've watched a lot of Chelsea matches when Reece James plays, and he costs Chelsea a lot of goals, but they're never highlighted because it's not the agenda. Trent's the agenda. And I think they've got similar. I literally do think Trent and Reece James have similar deficiencies to their game. Where everyone says Reece James is better defensively is because he's bigger. Because Reece James is more stocky, more muscular. Everyone just assumes Reece James is like top dollar defender. He ain't. I've seen him make so many mistakes at the back. It's unreal. Unreal defensive mistakes he makes. And Trent's the same. But we put them in wing back. They're a different player, man. I think Trent at wing back would be perfect. But look, Jurgen Klopp is never going to play a back three. I think he said that time and time again. He just don't like the back three. I mean, you could play Canate, Gomez, and Virgil van Dijk as a back three. You could play Trent at wing back, Robbo the other wing back, and then keep four in midfield and three up top. You could play 3-4-3. And then Trent defensively, he's got a third centre back behind him, and he's got midfield cover in front of him, and that will then give Trent the ability to get hold of the ball more. You get Trent in better positions on the ball. And you get the best out of Trent, in my opinion. You want the best out of Trent. You want Trent to be at his best. You want Trent to get 14 assists this season. Get him in positions on the pitch where he's not going to be, scapegoated or anything like that. Now, you could also say the team itself right now is not playing well enough. The team right now is not playing nowhere near well enough for Trent to do what he needs to do. Our midfield is not covering Trent. Look, we've got to remember back in the day when Liverpool winning Premier Leagues and Champions League and competing with Man City the last few years at the top of the table, Liverpool's press was second to none. The midfield and the attacks press was second to none. So they squeezed opposition teams, allowing Robbo and Trent in fullback areas to stay forward all the time. Never got worried about their defensive work because they didn't have to worry about it, because the team was so good. So you got Robbo and Trent in the positions on the pitch where they were dangerous with it. Trent and Robbo were sitting on the halfway line in games because we're as great as a team. We're squeezing the opposition. We're pushing forward more. We don't really do that now. So because we don't do that anymore and the system is fallen, the system is broken. If the system breaks, players like Trent can't do what they want to do on the pitch because the system won't allow it now. So you can look at that as well, but that is part of the reason. But also, I still look at the player himself. I still have to look at the player himself. Even if the system is broken and doesn't allow Trent to do what he wants to do anymore, you've got to look at Trent though sometimes. Go, look, man, you've got to grow up a bit. You're around here shrugging your shoulders, looking down, looking depressed, moaning everywhere. Just do your job. Just do your job. And that's why we need a backup right back in this summer massively. I know we need midfielders, but I think we need a backup right back big time. Absolutely big time. Let me just get some more of the chat and then I'll get I'll carry on. Big up Jen. Jane, where's my title match? But still, stylistically, statically, he is top tier in the defensive number. He's just shoved it to TV pundits, lazy narrative, but that has been born into existence. Yeah, I agree, 12, man. Look, there is a lot of agenda against Trent where, I see other right backs making the same mistakes as Trent, but we can't sit here and pretend that, Trent ain't at fault at times as well. We do see games with Trent's like this and He's jogging back into right back position where he should actually be putting his head down. I've seen Trent literally run quicker going that way to the opposition goal to try and do something and then just jog back into a defensive position. And that's an issue. He needs to, and I think that's just an issue where who's going to replace me in the team? When I don't care who you are, if you're a player that's won everything and you're playing there, the club love you, the manager loves you, but you've got no opposition for your position at all. You're playing left back, say, and you're the only left back at the club. There is no one else to take your position. There's nothing much the team can do about it. You got to play the next week. So putting in these poor performances ain't going to really matter long term because you're going to play the following week, and that's my issue. Get Trent competition. He doesn't see Robbo as thingy as competition, so get someone in for him. Get someone in that right back position and go, hey, you don't perform, he's going to come off. And look, we know Klopp's got a problem with him because Trent comes off a lot now. I mean, this season, Trent gets substituted a lot. And people might not like it, but you could argue that Trent was at fault for the goal against Real Madrid in the Champions League final by not looking over his shoulder and seeing Vinny Jr. was there. If Trent literally looked over his shoulder at the back post, he would have saw Vinny Jr. was there and he would have stepped up and made him offside. It's just little things like that. But there's definitely an issue. Big up, Dan. If we get Walker Peters, it'll probably get related. So 15 minutes should do it. Relegated, sorry. So 15 minutes should do it. Indicia on left-footed centre back on a free. We've solved two problems requiring 15 minutes. That's smart business. It is. Yeah. This gets washed every day, man. And plus, I only wear it when I go on stream. I don't like wear this all day and all night, I only put it on when I go on live. Big up, Neil. How you doing? The system is corrupt. I want Adidas in the original badge. Yeah, I'm with you. Big up, Captain Sal. Yeah, so that's my thing on Trent. Ramsey's a joke in front of Trent. Exactly, like Ramsey. Look, Ramsey might be a good player, guys. Ramsey might be a good player in a few years' time. But to say he's back up to Trent at 18, it's just not. That's just not on. That's just madness, if you know what I mean. It's just not going to work. He's 18 years old. Can you imagine telling Ramsey, right, I know you're 18, son, but Trent's had a bad game, you're in. I mean, it's pressure. I don't think we should put pressure on Ramsey. We should let him come into this side nice and slowly. Take your time. Come into the team. What I've seen of Ramsey, I know he's only made 2 appearances for Liverpool this season, so it's hard to judge. But he does look like a technically nice-looking player. He looks like he's got a good first touch. He's quicker than I thought. He looks like he's got a nice pass, a good cross. He defended the back post well in one game, if I remember rightly. He sees balls out. He looks like he's got a bit about him. He does look like he's got a bit about him. So gradually bring him into the team. We shouldn't be sitting here going, as a team, I don't want our discussions to be behind the scenes, right? We know Trent's got issues, but we've got Ramsey as the backup. I don't want that. I want us to get a proper fullback that's been playing fullback in England for a while. A Max Aarons or a Peters or something like that from Southampton would do well. And then you can go to Ramsey, right? You can come in slowly. You can come in games. Maybe he can, he can play right midfield. He played right midfield for Aberdeen. Maybe we can look at that. Bringing him slowly into games, letting him mature slowly. You don't have to go to him, right, bang, you're in. Take your time with him because I do think we got a decent little player there in Ramsey. I really do. We need to take care of him. We need to look after him, nurture him. Don't go to him, right, you're back up with Trent and that's it. We're not buying anyone else because that won't make sense. That's madness. That's just silly. That's just silly. Right, let's go on to Mo. Let's talk about Mo. Now, as everyone might know on the channel, I've had issues with Mo for about 12 months now. Look, it's so hard talking about Mo Salah. It's so hard talking about Mo Salah because we all know in the chat Mo Salah is not at his absolute finest. He's not at his absolute best. He's ghosted a lot of games this season. He's probably not been at his absolute best since before AFCON. Remember last season, at the beginning of last season, before AFCON, he was electric. He was arguably the best player in world football. Then he went to AFCON. Then Salah came back, and he's been in and out ever since AFCON, which is over 12 months now. It's like 14 months, 15 months that I haven't really seen the best of Mo. We see it occasionally in games here and there, but he still scores goals. This is the issue. Mo, I'll get to everyone's chat in a minute, guys, as well. I'll see some questions in the chat. I'll get them up. Mo still scores goals. I think Mo's got like 31 GA this season. It's mad. I'm sitting here moaning about him, but he's got like 31 GA this season. So what am I moaning about? It's doesn't make sense to me. It's confusing. Does it look like? So I know at the beginning of the season, everyone said Salah changed his position slightly. I think he did. I think he went 5 yards further to the byline, to the touchline, than he would, inside that forward position where I prefer Mo to be. But at the end of the day, if you look at Mo's heat maps, since the day he joined Liverpool, Mo's heat maps have not really changed. They're all on that right-hand side, all in the wide areas and in the inside right forward position. Go and get Mo's heat maps. What I'm going to try and do for the next video, I'm going to try and download and get all Mo's heat maps so I can get it on the screen. So I didn't think about doing that today, but I'll do it for tomorrow's video so I can show you guys. But I expect they're all in the same position. So little tweaks to his game at the beginning of the season, his positioning might have changed. But there's been a lack of something in Salah's game. Salah's not got that explosiveness he once had at Liverpool. There's no doubt about that. Not like he's lacking pace. He's still quick, but he's just not as quick and he's not as explosive off the ball, as he used to be. He comes more for ball to feet now, which I don't know if that's up to him. I don't know. Look, part of me thinks Mo knows what he's doing. I think Mo Salah looks at longevity, and he's looking at longevity in the game. He's looking at playing this into his late 30s. I think he looks at being like, I can be playing at 35, 36, yeah? I think that's how Mo looks at it. So I think Mo's changed his game. He's tweaked his own game as himself a little bit. He doesn't try and dribble as much as he does now. He doesn't try and play give and goes and get in behind centre backs and in behind full backs. He likes the ball to feet. Mo likes the ball to feet. He likes to try and swivel on it and run. Where Mo before would get into spaces, would find space for Mo, get him in behind the fullback, and he's in. Mo slightly changed his game up a little bit. Now, that could be two things. It could be that Mo has just changed his game up with age, a natural thing. It happens to everybody. That's not a problem. I have no issue with that. Everyone gets older, so you have to change the way you play a little bit, keep yourself fit. Fine with that. Or two, it could be that us as a team have changed the way we played that don't allow Mo that space anymore. It could be a mixture of things. But there definitely is a problem. Like, Mo isn't the player. Mo still ain't the player he once was, which ain't a problem. I haven't got a problem with that. We got to remember, Mo's going to be 31 next season. We can't expect a 31-year-old Mo Salah to be exactly the same as a 27 or 28 Mo Salah. It's just not going to happen. He's going to lose a yard. He's not going to be as explosive. He might not be as athletic. All them things are going to count for him. But at the end of the day, Mo still score goals. I still look at Mo Salah to be my starting right winger. But saying all that, with Mo Salah, there has been games this season where Mo has disappeared too much for me. There has been games this season, a lot of games this season. Let's be real here, guys. Let's be truthful as well. We all know Mo has sucked arse in quite a lot of games this season. Yes, he scored goals, but my God, he sucked arse in a lot of games. How many match reviews have we done, guys? Match reaction reviews, and have we done this season, guys, where everyone in the chat is like, God, Mo was terrible. Mo was terrible. Mo shouldn't start the next game. We have this a lot. Mo shouldn't start the next game. Mo shouldn't start the next game. Mo shouldn't start the next game. He's been off it. He's not right at the moment. You know, it's a mad one to say. And then Mo starts the next game. And the reason Mo starts the next game is because we've got no other right winger. We haven't got another right winger that can give Mo competition. It's the same as Trent. These are not bad footballers. Mo Salah is nowhere near a bad footballer. Mo Salah is a quality footballer that just does not have any competition for his spot. You know, Mo Salah is in training every single day. He's looking around the training ground. I see a lot of left wingers and I see a lot of number 9s, but I don't see any right winger. There's no one taking my spot. We've tried before. You know, I think Jota's played right wing before. Didn't work. No, there's no one really there to go, right, you're going to play right wing. Now, I don't think Salah can play the number 9 position. I know a lot of people say, why don't we just play Salah through the middle? I don't think he can. I don't think Salah can play with his back against goal. I think Salah likes space. Salah needs space to do what he needs to do, and his best position would be out in the right wing position for that. But yeah, he has. It's mad that he's been terrible at times this season. But if you include international goals, I think Mo Salah's like on like 40 GA this season. If you include international goals for Egypt as well, it's mad. I'm sitting here saying there is an issue. There's an obvious issue with Mo Salah, but he scores goals. I think you lot might be in the same as me, that we can't quite work it out. Mo is a very good player, obviously, but we all know there's an issue with Mo. You know, he's ghosted a lot of games. You know, when he missed that penalty the other day and started laughing about it, yeah, the old Mo Salah 2 years ago would have been fuming at himself. Mo Salah wouldn't have been laughing when he missed that penalty the other day, the other game. The old Mo Salah would have been fuming. He was so upset with himself that he would have made sure he went and scored a goal. We know what the old Mo was like. When Mo used to miss chances, he used to be angry with himself. He used to be like, he'd hit the ground. He'd be like, he'd be really upset. And then moments later, he'd make sure he scored. Well, Mo at the moment, when he misses a chance or misses a penalty, he's all laughs and smiles. I'm like, that's not the same Mo. There's a change in your mentality there, and I'm not sure if I like it. Like, there's a change in your mentality knowing that, okay, I've missed, but I'm going to play next week. I'm going to play next week. And that's a mentality thing. It's not always about a physical side of your game. Sometimes a mentality thing when you're an athlete, you can't get rid of it. If that starts to seep into your head all the time, you know, it affects your game every day. It will affect you. It will keep affecting you. It's not a physical thing with Mo. Yes, he's lost a tiny little bit of pace and explosiveness, but he's not slow or anything. It's just age. That's natural. So I'm not bothered about that. I'm not bothered by that at all. Think mentally. It seeps in. And once it starts to seep in, you know, you could say the hunger's gone maybe. Is the hunger still there? Has he got that hunger still to drive? You know, did AFCON kill? I just see Tasfia in the chat. Did AFCON kill Mo off a little bit? You know, not winning the African Cup of Nations with Egypt and then not qualifying for the World Cup a few months later against the same Senegal side. So he didn't win AFCON and he never went to the World Cup in the same year. Has that mentally affected Mo a little bit? Is Mo mentally affected by that as well? And it's coming into his club form as well. So I'm saying I'm not so worried about the physical side of Mo Salah because look at him, he's a specimen. The man's ripped to shreds. He's an athlete. Yes, he's lost a bit of pace, as I keep saying, but that will happen with his age. I ain't got a problem with that. But the old Mo Salah would never laugh and smile missing a penalty or missing a golden chance. He'd get angry. And the old Mo Salah would then make sure he went and scored a goal to make sure he got rid of that mistake. The Mo Salah at the moment, it's not the same Mo Salah I see in the mental part of it. Does that mean we need someone to come in? Do we need somebody to come in and just give Mo a kick up the backside? Now, on the thumbnail, I'll put Diaby in there. Now, this is a young man that is sought after from the whole of Europe. You know, I did the France watch along the other day against the Netherlands. He scored the 4th goal, coming on a substitute. I think it was his first international goal. And he looked decent, man. I like the way he played, what I was watching, what I was seeing. I've watched him a few times for Leverkusen. He's a decent player. Look, he's no Mo Salah. This is something we have got to think about as well. This is something we have to think about as well. We are not really going to get a like for Mo Salah on the right-hand side. The only real way to get a like for like is with Mbappe. Mbappe will come in and score 40 goals a season, yeah? That's the only sort of winger you're going to get that's going to get Mo Salah numbers. If you look around Europe, look at all the best teams around Europe and look at their right-sided attackers. To get numbers like Mo Salah, no one else does. Mo gets these numbers that are unreal. He gets over 20 goals every single season for Liverpool since he's been here. 6 years in a row, the man has scored over 20 goals for Liverpool. You're not really going to find that of another right winger in world football. So when we say we need a replacement for Mo, we have to remember he's not going to be the same as Mo for output. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So someone like Diaby is not going to get Mo Salah's output. It just ain't going to happen. It might happen over time in years to come because he's only young. But right now it wouldn't happen. But what it would do, Mo in training would see a quality player, you know, a young quality player that would be hungry to play. And Mo would be like, I can't underperform. I start underperforming, I'm losing my position. Again, with Mo Salah, who's he actually looking at? Who's Mo Salah in training looking at going, he's going to take my place if I don't perform? The only player is Harvey Elliott. Literally, the only player in our team that can probably play right wing is Harvey Elliott. Mo Salah is not looking at Harvey Elliott like competition, like Trent ain't looking at Ramsey like competition. You know, he's going to be looking at Harvey Elliott in training going, yeah, all right, son. Yeah, all right, whatever. Yeah, he's not going to be looking at him as competition. He's going to be like, he's a good young player that plays most of the time in central midfield. You know, his natural position might be that right wing area, but that's Salah's competition. So if Salah has a bad game, like we have seen him have multiple times this season, Mo will play the next week because we've got no one else. Do you imagine if we had a Diaby in the team on the subs bench? You know, and Mo was having some of them stinkers that we've seen him have this season. We'd do a match prediction for the next game. We're like, well, Mo had a stinker last game. We can bring a Diaby in for this game. You know, young, quick, hungry. You know, yeah, he might not be Mo for output, but he'll give us a bit more in the game. He'll give us something a little bit different. We haven't got that. Mo has to play. Mo will always score goals, as I keep saying, guys. Mo will always score goals and he'll always get assists because that is what Mo Salah is. Mo Salah is about output. That's what it's about. That is his game. You know, you listen to Mo Salah talk in interviews. He wants to break records. Mo Salah is always on about breaking records. Look how over the moon he was about breaking Robbie Fowler's record, being Liverpool's all-time Premier League goal scorer. He absolutely loved it. Shirt was off, abs are out, loving life, because that's what Mo looks for. Mo is about output. He's about record breaking. If Mo has a really poor game, I don't think Mo's too worried about it as long as he scored. I really don't. But where us the fans would be liking Mo, like if Mo gets the fourth goal in a 4-0 win, yeah, right? But he's been shocking all match, yeah? He's been shocking all game. We're sitting here doing a watch along. God, Mo has been terrible today. Really awful. You know, he should have probably been substituted. And in the 90th minute, Mo scores a goal. Mo only care about that goal. I don't think he'll worry about his performance so much. Yeah, he'll worry about his performance to a level because he's a professional. Of course he will. But he is about output. He is about goals. He is about goals. Look at Harry Kane. Look at Harry Kane. Harry Kane has never won anything in his career. He's never won anything in his career. I think Harry Kane is perfectly happy breaking goal records. I think Harry Kane is very happy. He's broken the Jimmy Greaves record. He's Tottenham all-time goal scorer. He's England's all-time goal scorer. I think Harry Kane, if he retired tomorrow, would look back on it and say, I had the greatest career because I broke Jimmy Greaves' record at Tottenham and I broke England's record and England's all-time top goal scorer. And I think Harry Kane would look at that and go, I had a tremendous career. I don't regret anything because he's all about the output. And where with Salah, I will say with Mo, I think Mo's got more. I think Mo wants the trophies as well. I will give Mo that. I don't think Mo's an individual where he just cares about output. I think Mo just wants the trophy. I mean, Mo looks at it and goes, I want trophies. You know, I want to win a league. I want to win a Champions League. And look, Mo Salah is. I know people are worried about Mo Salah might wanting to leave the club. Mo Salah don't want to leave Liverpool Football Club. Mo Salah does not want to leave this football club. Mo Salah loves his football club. I literally don't think Mo wants to leave. I know a lot of people are talking about, oh, if we don't make Champions League, Mo's off. I don't think he is. I think Mo. I will give Mo Salah credit on this, right? Where I will credit Mo Salah here, guys, and this is what I do love about him, right? His hunger to succeed for the football team. I'll give him that. Do you remember when we were chasing top four last time and he came out with them posts on Twitter and Instagram and all that sort of stuff talking about, you know, and he did an interview for Sky Sports. He went, I'm going to try and make it my personal mission that Liverpool do finish in this top four. I promise to take, you know, I do think Salah does have that passion where he wants this team to succeed. I'm not going to question him about that. But what frustrates me is sometimes when I see him on the pitch, putting in terrible performances, ghosting games, and we got no one there to take his place. No one. I've seen a lot of people in the chat right now. Like, let me know in the chat right now. If we did have competition for Mo Salah, would Klopp actually drop Mo? There's a question for you. I know everyone's saying about, I've seen some comments in the chat right now about Mo not getting service from the midfield. We never give service to any of our forwards. That's not our midfield is not creative. You know, we don't have a creative midfield. We never had a creative midfield. You know, so we never really ever service Mo in stuff like that. Mo's always, now our front three have always been a front three that work together. Now that might be something as well, that Mo Salah's the only one left. You know, Bobby's been in and out this season. Put Bobby to the side a minute. Yeah. You got Mo, Gakpo, and Darwin Núñez. It's a brand new front three. Since Mo Salah's been at Liverpool, it's been him, Mane, Bobby Firmino. That's what it's been. Arguably, for me, in my opinion, when that front three was at their best, they were the best front three in world football, in my opinion. Salah, Mane, and Bobby Firmino at their best, at their peak. For me, that was the best front three in world football without a shadow of a doubt. That's gone now. Mo's playing with different toys now. He's playing with different, you know, he's got a Gakpo there, a Darwin now. They don't play anywhere near the same. You know, they're not the same players. They don't play in the same way. They don't press from the front like they used to. So again, Mo's changing up with that. But I do think we need competition for Mo Salah, guys. I do think we need we do need quality competition for Mo Salah. Let's get some of your comments. Laugh out loud, we haven't given Mo a servable midfielder. Also, want to shit on his output. I ain't shit on his output at all. I love his output. That's what I just said. Mo's all about output. I haven't shit on Mo's output once. I'm all about Mo. Mo is all about output. I just said it. I don't know if you missed the bit at the beginning when I was speaking, but I said that it's hard to have a go at Mo Salah because of his output. They were my first things when I started talking about Mo. So I don't know if you missed that, my friend. But I said at the beginning of it, questioning Mo's difficult because Mo scores goals. So it is really difficult to talk about the Mo Salah stuff because he does give us output. So I did say that, so don't worry about it, my man. But we definitely need backup for Mo Salah. And I don't think that's a bad thing either. I don't understand why it's a bad thing to give our better players competition. You know, a kick up the butt. Just a player there. It don't necessarily mean it's a player that's going to take Mo's place or anything like that. It's just a player there that go, right, it's not Harvey Elliott at right wing. Because at the moment, the only right winger we have apart from Mo Salah in our football club is Harvey Elliott. So, and Ben Doak. Is Mo Salah looking at Ben Doak and Harvey Elliott as going, if I have a crack game, they're going to replace me? No, he ain't. You just need a player there that comes in that's got enough about him, a big enough name about him, and he does enough that you go, oh crap, I've got to step up my game. Look, it happened to Robbo. We had no other left back, and Robbo was tremendous. I've always said this. Robbo at his best is arguably one of the best left backs in world football when he's at his best. Yeah, he's impossible to replace. Then he went through a terrible time, did Robbo. Awful time. And he played too much football for Liverpool and Scotland. And it was just terrible. And we was like, we need a backup left back for Robbo, but we didn't have one. So Robbo played. And then Tsimikas came along. The other summer, what was it, 2 summers back now, we brought Tsimikas in. And there was a time where Robbo came out of the team. Klopp could see it. Robbo needs resting. Robbo needs to come out of the team. Robbo has never come out of the team since we bought him. Since he started playing for Liverpool, he stayed. Then Tsimikas come along, played a few games. It was like, well, hang on, we've got a decent enough left back here. We've got a decent enough second left back here in Tsimikas to play some games. Played some games, and he stayed in the team for a while. Robbo had to sit on the sidelines. But then Robbo came back in the team, and then Robbo started performing again. And Robbo started performing again because Tsimikas came in and gave him a kick up the arse. It's like, hang on, I don't perform, Tsimikas can take my spot. Robbo spoke about this as well in interviews on Liverpool TV. Go and find it. He said Tsimikas gave him a kick up the butt. So we need you need players to come in. You need players to come in and just give him that. Just give him that kick up the butt. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. It's no one's fault, my man. It's no one's fault. If you didn't hear me at the beginning, it's all cool. It's all cool. It's all cool, my friend. Yeah, he does need to be pushed. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Big up my man. I love him, man. So good. Yeah, they're the players we need, guys. I just feel like we need a backup right back, a backup right winger. We need a lot. Well, we need to do a lot. Let's face it. We need to do a lot in January, in the summer transfer window. Are we going to get all the players we need? No, we're not. It's just not going to happen. I don't know what we're going to do. The more the weeks go on and we come in close to the summer transfer window at the end of the season, I'm like, I have no idea now. I mean, there's rumours galore out at the moment. Let me find some. I've got some transfer rumours right here. Let me get them up for you because there's transfer rumours here, there, and everywhere. So we've obviously spoke about the Bellingham one at the beginning. Apparently, Liverpool have made £100 million bid for Jude Bellingham, according to Hayden Dodge, who is a British football agent. if you haven't heard that one yet. So yeah, I would believe that. I wouldn't believe that too much, to be fair. Um, this ain't transfer news, but this is a good thing to talk about. So, according to a lot of the journalists out there and a lot of people in the know, there is a real possibility that Luis Diaz could be back in the squad to face Manchester City on Saturday. Apparently, Luis Diaz was training today, which is a great thing. Luis Diaz was seen training today. How we feel about that, guys? Luis Diaz back in the squad. He's been out for 5 months. Luis Diaz has been out of this team now for 5 months. He hasn't been back for 5 months. It's been a long old time. I'm happy to see him back. As long as he's back and ready, I don't mind. I don't want to rush him back. I don't want to throw him in against Man City or anything like that. That'd be ridiculous. Can you imagine throwing him into against Man City? That'd be madness. But it's nice to see him back training. Hopefully, we don't push him too hard and we just bring him back gradually. Give him 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes here. Just build him up casually. I don't want to see, Luis Diaz is back now and he's straight back in the match day squad. You know what I mean? Like late subs. Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want. Big up, my man. That's what you want. Just late substitute appearances, getting his feel back in the team, building him back slowly. It'll give the boys in the team a bit of a lift. You know what I mean? You're getting a Luis Diaz back in the team now. You know, Bobby Firmino back in the team, a Jota's back in the team. It just gives the boys a bit of a lift, and it's always good to see. Obviously, there's another issue apart from Luis Diaz coming back, which is good to hear. There's unfortunately some bad news. That is one Thiago Alcantara. So Thiago Alcantara is going to be out still for a little while with a. So it says here, Thiago remains out injured and is adhering to an individual program after a hip complaint. This comes from Paul Joyce. Oh, sorry, Dad. Oh, I don't know where that yawn came from. So he's got an individual program now, according to Paul Joyce, for a hip complaint. Now, I was hoping, fingers crossed, that by the time International Week was finished, we'd not only hear that Luis Diaz has come back to training, but so has Thiago. But that's not going to be the case. I would love to see Luis Diaz and Thiago on the substitute bench against Manchester City on Saturday. But that's not going to be the case in Thiago, for Thiago, unfortunately. What do we do with Thiago, guys? It's becoming a bit of a worry now, a bit of a joke, these injuries with Thiago. What do we do with Thiago? Oh, did you ask a question, Panoff? Let me go back and find it, my friend. I didn't know. I'll go back and find it. What do we do with Thiago, guys? Well, I'm just looking for Panoff's question here. Oh, there we go. Question: do we keep Mo until the end of his contract and let him leave for free after this season? He's had 2 years and will be 33-ish. Can't see him getting a new contract at 350 grand a week. Yeah, so how long's Mo got left in his deal? He signed it this summer. I'm going to take it. He's got 3 or 4 years left. I think Mo retires at Liverpool, personally. I think if Mo gets the end of his contract and he's like 33, 34, I don't know where a 34-year-old Mo Salah goes. I don't know where a 34-year-old Mo Salah goes. Mo's then going to have to look at it. I don't think he goes to the top teams in world football, in elite Europe. He might go for a money day to Saudi Arabia or something like that in that league and have a money day. But if Mo stays the whole length of his contract and doesn't go anywhere and we don't let him go and he just stays with a whole contract, I agree with you. He's not going to get a new contract on 350 grand a week when he gets to 34. Just ain't going to happen. Unless Mo's willing to take a pay cut and take a rolling year-on deal or something like that. 1 year added onto his deal, like a Milner situation. And he takes a pay cut. I see him staying at Liverpool till he retires. I really do. Another player, Klopp's ruined Thiago in the bin. I want him out. If Thiago isn't injured, he's our best midfielder. Do you know what I think is with Thiago? I think Thiago's a slow healer. I just think Thiago is. I think Thiago's just a very slow healer. I think that's all it is. Do you remember Daniel Sturridge? Daniel Sturridge, when he got injuries, he used to be a very, very slow healer as well. Took him a long time to get over the littlest injury. I've noticed that with Thiago as well. Thiago can have a little injury that is nothing. And I think you can tell from Klopp's frustration sometimes. So Klopp will say sometimes that a Thiago injury, like it's just a small thing, it's nothing much. And then you don't see Thiago for 3 months. I think Thiago heals very slowly, even for the smallest injuries, and that's an issue. When we get the new mids in, we want to get So when he's gone, keeping to be our new Gary Mack. When Thiago got injured, the MS said he'll be out for 2 weeks. That is my thing with Salah, with Thiago. I think he's a slow injury. I think he's just slow. I think even Thiago gets the smallest injury. I think Thiago's just one of them players. When he feels pain, he's done. You know, he takes a long time to heal. It takes a long time to heal. That was necessary after Ronaldo retires. It could be. Jamie, I'm only 3 away from level 500 friends for people subscribe. Yeah. Big up Ensman. Guys, Ensman's only on. If you've not subscribed to Ensman's channel yet, please go and subscribe to Ensman's channel. It's right there, Ensman TV. Put that in YouTube. Put that in the YouTube search bar, and you'll see his channel. Please go and subscribe to it and get him up to that 500 mark. Big Liverpool fan. He's on this channel quite a lot. I've been on his channel as well. He does great stuff over there. Watch longs, match previews, match reactions. If you're a big Liverpool fan, please go and subscribe to my man right there and get him up to that 500 mark. He needs 3 more subscribers. Ensman TV, as it says there, guys, in YouTube. Go for it. There you go. Big up, Joyce. Big up, Tintin. How you doing? Thiago is a luxury this club can't afford to have. That's a good point. 2 younger mids will be on less than Thiago on weekly. That's a point, man. That's a good point. What's going on with Melo? Is he due to? No, that 30-day suspension. I think it was time barred. It was time barred, so he's good. But he ain't playing. He ain't playing. I don't think he's going to play. Trent needs to play win back. Yeah, Drew. I think we had a chat with this last week, didn't we? Talking about that. I agree as well. Big up John Conway in the house. There you go, guys. Psychedelics put in Ensman's channel. Please hit that link and go and subscribe to Ensman if you've not done so already. Salah either needs to be sold or we build the team around him. I agree. It's a big shout out. It's a big shout. Let me get to a few of these rumours and transfer rumours and things like that before we finish up here tonight. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me so far. I'm having a great time here doing this on my Todd. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit different. Tomorrow night, the call-in show is back. So tomorrow night at 6 p.m., guys, we will be doing the Liverpool versus Manchester City call-in special. So if you want to call into the show, make sure you tune in at 6 p.m. tomorrow for the call-in special. We're going to talk everything about Liverpool versus Manchester City. I want everyone's opinions on it. So make sure you call in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Make sure you hit that notification bell right next to it so you know when I go live. I appreciate it. Tomorrow night should be a good one. Liverpool, Man City, call-in special. Make sure you get involved, guys. I want to see all there. I want to see the same faces, different faces, new faces. Right, let's get to more here. Right, Donna Lewis, yeah. So Joe Gomez. Apparently, Joe Gomez is long admired by Newcastle United as they look to bolster their defensive options in the summer. There's a lot of reports coming out about that. Newcastle United might look at Joe Gomez this summer. Ensman ain't going to like that, but yeah, apparently that's what's going to happen. Newcastle still liking Joe Gomez for that defensive role. Liverpool want in the region of 40 million for Joe Gomez if he is sold. 40 million for Joe Gomez if he is sold. What do you think about that, guys? Let me know in the live chat right now. Right, big up, Julie. I know it's not the strain to ask, and it's future, but you'll be doing a watch along Saturdays in Munich and Dortmund. I always watch you, Jamie, but rarely comment. Oh, big up, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can. It's something I might want to do. So you've got the Liverpool City game and then the Dortmund Munich game. So I might be. I'm definitely doing a watch along for the City Liverpool game. That's a definite. Not quite sure on this one yet. It's a maybe at the moment. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know nearer the time, though. Don't worry. Not Joe Gomez going to a better team than us. Oh, Newcastle can have ice spice. Oh no. Let's see if we got some more here. Let's see if we got some more. So Liverpool are one of the admirers of midfielder Enzo Leafy. Is that his name? And who has confirmed his desire to leave El Orient this summer. I've never heard of this geezer. I ain't gonna lie. So apparently this comes from Graham Bailey today, saying that Liverpool, one of the admirers of midfielder Enzo Leafy, who has confirmed his desire to leave El Orient this summer. So like a French team. I've never heard of him. I don't know about you guys. Never heard of the geezer. I've never heard of the geezer. So apparently Liverpool are looking at him. I take it he's a midfielder. It'd be weird if he weren't. Guys, let me stop right here. We've got 86 people in the live chat right now. We've only got 61 likes. What's that about, guys? Can we get the likes up, please? Can we get these likes up to at least 80 right now? We need 19 more likes. So 19 people in the live chat right now who are watching and listening to me right this second. You see that fun button underneath the video right now? Please go and press that fun button. I'd be appreciated if you've not pressed it already. Let's get 19 people, get the likes up to 80. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. I have no idea, Trudon. I have no idea. He's been linked to United. No idea. Be out, Julie. Thank you. Yeah, it's I don't know. I've just found him today. Came up on my Google, on my Twitter. Liverpool one reminds of midfielder Enzo Leafy, who has confirmed his desire to leave El Orient in the summer. That comes from Graham Bailey. Graham Bailey's a journalist who pretty much knows what he's talking about at times. So maybe that's one to keep an eye on, guys. Maybe that's one to keep an eye on. Obviously, Liverpool, and obviously the other article today. So the big article, we opened up the chat. We opened up the stream with this today. Liverpool have taken their interest in Jude Bellingham to a whole new level in the form of £100 million bid or close to, claiming he is known within the football industry, says British agent Aidan Dodge. So, yeah, believe that if you will. I don't. I think that might be it for all. Oh, one piece of news that I know is going to make everyone happy before we leave. I'm going to leave on this cheery note, guys. So listen up. I'm leaving on this really, really cheery note. Jordan Henderson will not leave Liverpool for the foreseeable future, with it likely to remain at Anfield until his retirement due to dressing room presence and relationship at the club. There you go. That is the the last bit of news I was giving you today on the video to cheer you all up. It looks like Jordan Henderson will stay at Liverpool for the foreseeable future, and looks like he will retire at the football club. There we go. So I know a lot of people might not want Jordan Henderson to stay at this football club. Me personally, I think I love the guy, But him and Milner both can't stay. We need to move on eventually. But yeah, it's loving life. Yes, life is complete. So, guys, I'll be back tomorrow at 12:30 in the afternoon. I've got a kind of fun show tomorrow. Let me just get it up for you right now. So I've got a few videos up and coming. If you go to my YouTube homepage, guys, you'll see there's quite a few. I've made quite a few videos up and coming this week. So tomorrow, it's just a fun video, 12:30 in the afternoon in your lunch hour. Liverpool's best front three. So we're going to be discussing that. What is Liverpool's best front three for the rest of this season and next season? So make sure you tune in at 12:30 tomorrow. And then at 6 p.m. tomorrow night is the Liverpool FC call-in show special between Manchester City and Liverpool. I want everyone to call in. So Drew, 12th man, everyone in the chat. If you want to call in, make sure you call in tomorrow at 6 p.m. for the Liverpool call-in special. Everything Manchester City versus Liverpool. Guys, so that's what's coming up on the channel tomorrow. 2 shows from me. Make sure you join me, guys. Yeah, Henry in the chat. How you doing? 1 left. Ends man needs 1 person to subscribe. Someone go and subscribe to my man Ends man. Just go and give him a sub. It's 1 person. 1 person. Big Edwards go call in as well. Much love. Much love it. 1 person. Ensman TV. That's the name of his channel. Ensman TV. Go and give him a sub. 1 person. 1 person. I'm going to sit here till it's done. 1 person. Go and subscribe. I'm sitting here till it's done. Ensman, tell me when it's done. Go and subscribe. Come on. Go and subscribe. Come on, go and subscribe, guys. I'm going to sit here till it's done. 500, there you go. 501. There you go. Job done. 4 hours later. There you go. Anyone want a pie? Always up for a pie, my friend. There you go. Big up Liverpool 12th man. There we go. Big up Ends man. 501. Big up Harry. There you go. Big up Ends man. Well done, my friend. Well done. Much love to you, Ends. Much love to you, my man. I think you're on 501 now. There you go. Smashing it, my man. Smashing it. There you go. 501 subscribers, my man. Big up to you. Big up to you, my man. Thank you very much. Guys, that's it for me today. Thank you very much for joining me. When this video goes off, guys, you're going to be taken straight to my 12:30 show tomorrow afternoon. Can everyone just go and leave a like on that? I'd love it. Thank you very much. Appreciated it. Go and leave a like on the next video. It's going to pop up in front of your face as soon as this video is finished.